America's immigration issues are often seen as something that concerns Mexico and the southern border states. But migrants are also trying to cross into the U.S. from Canada. For those who manage to make the crossing, an uncertain future remains. Sally Patterson with the second part of a special report on asylum seekers at the northern border.
The USA's northern border is vast. It stretches for almost 9,000 kilometres, with more than 100 legal checkpoints scattered along it. But there are also unofficial crossings, like Roxham Road, which straddles the US-Canada border south of Montreal. It's at places like this where, as of March this year, asylum seekers hoping to cross into the US from Canada, or vice versa, can now be arrested and turned back around. Volunteers in nearby towns tell me people are still turning up here, hoping to make it to Canada. Many have made their way up from New York City, travelling for hours by bus or taxi, and arriving here with no food, shelter, or certainty of the road ahead. Roughly 40,000 asylum seekers entered Canada through this path last year. But it's a two-way street. Thousands of migrants also made their way into the US via the northern border, the highest numbers coming from Mexico. The record influx prompted Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and President Joe Biden to take action. Since October 2022, US Border Patrol has had more than 6,000 migrant encounters. That's 6 times higher than the same period the year before. In Vermont's Swanton sector, this June there were 634 encounters. Last year there were just 93. Experts say it's become an alternative route into the US from Mexico. But crossing through the woods and rivers is risky, and campaigners feared the new changes could make the journey even more lethal.
There are deaths every winter. People die trying to cross illegally. So that will be increasingly the situation. And the other danger is that people are trafficked. You know, they find traffickers who take their money and bring them across, and ultimately traffickers are not concerned about safety.
After reaching Montreal, centres like this one help arrivals settle into their new surroundings, with English lessons and kids programmes on offer. But volunteers say new rules mean their caseloads have become even more insurmountable, creating confusion over eligibility criteria and documentation.
One thing that we're asking is a third safe country agreement has to be removed, because this is what's happening, which is what's causing all the problems that we have right now. And we think the fact that they have actually make it even harder is not giving Canada the image of to be a welcoming country that it used to be.
Once here, asylum seekers must fight for their right to stay in a country they hope will open doors to a better life for their children. Sally Patterson, CNA, Montreal.